So I'm optimistic, guys. I'm still trying to stay optimistic. And as always, OH, guys.
IO,
Oh,
thanks for the call, brother.
Thank you.
All right, man. This was unexpected, but
I'm
very
excited about
cool.
this one.
Yeah, I am too. Let's bring him on, man. Jonathan Wells, former Buckeye. Welcome to OHIO podcast, brother.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
We are doing good,
Oh,
man. Doing
wonderful.
great now that you're calling. So first off, my man, we're gonna bring you on as a special guest sometime on a Sunday night on video because you deserve that, and you the man. And I've got a lot of questions I got to ask you about Jim Tressel and things, but let's keep it tonight on what you want to talk about. The floor is yours, Jonathan Wells. Go for it.
Man, I'm just touching base with you guys, man. I love hearing the different opinions. You know, everybody, want to see. I know a lot of people want to see Ryan Day out of here. I've been an avid defender of Ryan Day since he's been at the helm. I heard one of the gentlemen earlier say that Ryan Day was handed a top 2 program in the country, maybe brand wise, but what he wasn't handed was a top 2 defense in the country. You got to remember, when Ryan Day was calling the plays, Ohio State was scoring, 40, 45 points a game for those first couple of years? And the defense was trash. It wasn't, the offense that was letting us down. Now, we finally get Jim Knowles in here. We give him 2 years. The defense gets a lot better, top 5 statistically across the board. But now the offense comes out and lays an egg in the game. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm not one of the guys that likes to blame coaches. I'm a player. Players got to make plays. Will Howard, you're a senior. You've been playing football for 4 to 5 years, my guy. You can't keep missing a running back in the flat when you're looking right at him. I'm sorry. You're killing us. Instead of these being incomplete passes, we could get 15, 20 yards. One of those plays, Travion is one-on-one with a safety with 30 yards in between them, and you don't drop the ball off. So I know a lot of this stuff that we talk about coaching. I played for John Cooper. I get it. John Cooper didn't call one play. John Cooper didn't tackle nobody. That was on us. We went out there and laid them eggs. So you talking about all these undefeated teams when they play against Michigan and they go out there and they shit the bed. Listen, when you making plays all year, you got to make plays in the biggest game of them all. And that's what I always stood on, and that's what I always believed. Listen, if I don't make no plays, no other games, when the lights come on for this one, man, I'm putting my best foot forward, dog. And that's what I always did in the rivalry since I got here.
Yes, you did,
Yes,
man.
absolutely.
I remember 2001, man. Tressel's first year. You guys in the big house, and you ran all over them, brother. You ran all over them. Now, let me ask you this, okay? What do you think these set of running backs, since you were a running back, these set of running backs, we got 2 great horses. What do they need to do, or what can they do in the offense with the limitations we have on the offensive line going into playoffs?
I mean, I don't know if we can fix it right now, but here's the problem that I have with the running back, with how Ohio State is using the running back position right now. You have 2 phenomenal running backs individually, of course. My problem is the last 4 years we have not gone into the Michigan game with one running back in a zone. Listen, all that into plays, out for a series, man, you can't get in a rhythm with that shit, man. You got to let one of these guys get in a rhythm and start rolling. I had full confidence when I went into the Michigan game because the week before I had 193 yards in 3 quarters. So I felt like nobody out there could tackle me. I don't care what y'all doing. We don't have a threat to pass the ball deep. My quarterback got suspended last week. Everybody knew we was running the ball that day against the number 2 defense in America. It didn't matter. We was able to line up and run the ball downhill. The running scheme that we have at Ohio State now, I hate it. We used to run up, line a 46 power I against 8 or 9 in the box, and they couldn't do nothing about it. I don't know what is all this slow shit that they doing side to side. Man, people in your backfield already. That's not going to work. So I don't understand what Chip is doing. I hate it.
Mm. Chat liking what you're preaching, brother. They're liking it, man. They're liking it, dude. By the way, by the way, what was the big? I gotta ask. I gotta ask you since you were there because you said it. You played for Cooper and you played for Jim Tressel. What was the
Yeah, I'm
biggest
one of the
difference?
only ones.
What was the biggest difference between them, between Coop and Tress?
Oh, it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. I only got to spend January I got to spend exactly 12 months with Jim Tressel. But his impact on me personally was far greater than the 3 years that I spent with Coop. Coop was a great Coop was a great facilitator. He had a great coaching staff, and he let that coaching staff do what they were supposed to do. Tim Spencer recruited me. Tim Salem recruited me. Coop came down to the house, sat with my parents, but that was about it. Coop just stayed in his lane. Jim Tressel, on the other hand, full hands-on, full mentor. Sat with me. As a matter of fact, the first day he got hired, he said, "Hey, you supposed to be the starting running back next year? Meet me in my office tomorrow. We're going to watch every run from your junior year together. We're going to chop these games up and watch them all the way from game one all the way through your junior year." And he sat there and watched that shit with me. And Jim Tressel was the first coach to ever tell me I wasn't good enough to play for him. That's why I love him. He told me, like, my junior year, I started off struggling a little bit. And then I got it together as the season went on. He's like, "Oh, okay, that's what I'm talking about right there." So, but nah, man, Jim Tressel was straight hands-on. He made me recognize the tradition. We had to write letters to our parents. We had to learn the fight song. It was just a totally different vibe. That's why Tressel is the GOAT. He brought us our first championship in 38 years. And anything that don't rock with Tressel, man, you is crazy. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I love it. So let me ask you this question because I believe Ryan Day and Jim Tressel kind of created a relationship this year. And I have my reasonings on why I believe that. Have you talked to Jim Tressel at all this year? Have you had the opportunity to speak to him?
Yeah, I was at Jim Tressel's house probably in August when I went up for the Hall of Fame for my teammate Andre Johnson.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and my wife stopped by his house, spent some time with him. And then I also just saw him I was at the game. I mean, I saw him before the game. Go look at my reel. I was on the sideline there. I was in the stadium at 10 o'clock, man. I saw everybody. So, yeah, I have a great relationship with Jim Tressel. That's my guy. I'm actually about to do his podcast soon.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I'll definitely check that out. Yeah. What do you think Jim Tressel has said to Ryan Day about this game?
I mean, Coach Tressel was like, I asked him before the game, I said, "Coach, what you think we got to do today?" He said, "We got to run the ball and we got to stop the run." And that's pretty much what it is. Obviously, the team who's won the rushing battle for the last 23 years has won the game. So I think that's a pretty tell. I mean, that's a sign right there. I don't know what else you need to say. Now, the only thing he didn't say was don't turn the football over. And unfortunately, Will Howard decided that today was a good day to throw 2 interceptions and something that he hadn't been doing all season, and he came back to haunt us.
Yeah. Okay. So that being said, Chris, you got a question? I know you're itching to get it. Go ahead, Chris.
No. I was just kind of curious. We talked about the running game and winning the running battle. Obviously, we ran the 17 plays back to back, right up the middle. Wasn't getting anything. Jonathan, what could they have done? Could they have done something better using the passing game to open up the run a little? Could they have done something, in your opinion, that would have, just opened up that running game, given us a little bit, of variety in there that might have helped these backs succeed just a little bit?
Yeah, I think early in the game they should have just went on ahead and stretched them out, like you say, some of those quick plays where they hand it to the wide receiver, get them out on the edge. Obviously, we sort of pitched the Junkins where that was a big play. We should have tried that a little bit more. But at the same time, we never presented a deep ball threat throughout the whole game. So they're just going to crowd the line of scrimmage. They don't fear us that we can throw the ball over the top of them. So they're just going to crowd the run. We never took any opportunities to go one-on-one or, like you say, if he's double teamed, so what? Throw it anyway. We didn't do anything. We kept throwing 5, 10-yard dink and dunks, and they just sitting all over that stuff. Man, listen, I was in the stadium. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, me neither. Trust me. All right, man. You get the opportunity. I'm going to give you the opportunity. Let's hypothetically say, Jonathan Wells, you get to sit and stand before the team before they go up in their next game in the college football playoff. What would you say to this football team?
I mean, listen, man. It's a new day in college football, guys. Like, we used to have to sit on that Michigan L for a couple of weeks or a month into the bowl game and just eat on it. Man, these guys still have an opportunity and everything to play for. And listen, if these guys aspire to play on the next level, to aspire to be in the NFL, then they should have no problem getting up for this game because it's going to be for all the marbles. You're in the playoffs. You have an opportunity to get to a championship game. And if you're not excited about that, then I don't know what you're doing at Ohio State anyway. So I don't think they're gonna have a problem getting up. I think they're gonna be ready to go, and I expect to see the best football team that we can see show up out there for the first game and get a W. That's what I'm expecting right now.
I love it. Jonathan, my man, I will be in touch with you. We're going to get you on the show when the season's over on a Sunday night. We'll bring you on video and let the chat ask you some questions when we bring you on. I appreciate all that you do. I love your Facebook lives after the game.
Yeah,
I watch
they're
them. They're great. Thank you so much for
Appreciate it.
calling in, my brother.
All right, no problem, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all already know.
All right, OH.
Yo.